Okay, quick question. Ever tried labeling your mom's kitchen containers only for her to still yell at you because you put sugar on the salt jar? That's basically what happens in the cloud when you don't tag things properly. Chaos, confusion, and then auditors show up asking, which server belongs to finance? And suddenly you're sweating like you just saw your ex at a wedding. Let's break it down. In AWS, a tag is just a simple label, a key and a value. Key is an environment, value could be dev or prod. Key could be a team, value could be finance, operations, or engineering. That's it. But here's the secret. Those little labels are powerful. It lets you search, group, and even manage resources without losing your mind. Think of it like this. If your office fridge add tags, you finally know which lunchbox belongs to finance, which one is dev's test project, and which one is definitely going to explode if you open it. Now here's where the magic happens. AWS SSM lets you take those tags and create resource groups. Imagine you're the IT chef, and instead of cooking each person's meal separately, you group them. All finance orders, all prod servers, one recipe, boom, applied to the whole group. Need to install Apache? Push it once to the group. Need to patch prod? Targets the prod group. Need to keep finance happy for the auditors? Just show them the CloudWatch logs. So tagging and resource groups equals to organization and automation and sanity. Alright, let's make this real. Imagine you're working at a fintech company. The auditors are breathing down your neck. Finance servers must be patched. Prod servers must be compliant. Dev servers need Apache running for testing. Instead of logging into each server one by one and crying silently into your coffee, you use tags to label everything and then build resource groups in SSM. Suddenly, you are a hero. No SSH needed, no manual chaos, and every move is logged in CloudWatch for proof. If you were in that scenario, this is exactly what you do. Let me show you on my screen. Okay, let's jump into AWS and I'll walk you step by step through tagging EC2 instances, creating resource groups, and how you can actually run commands at scale. This is the fun part. Okay, so as usual, you're welcome to my console. And let us get right into today's hands-on. The first thing we're going to be doing is to creating our EC2 instance. Okay, so I have it here in my recently visited, but you can always use the universal search bar if you want. So I'm going to come over here, click on my EC2, okay, and launch instant. Okay, so for this instance, I'm not going to be giving it a name because we're launching 3 instances and we are going to be giving it a name later on, but not right here because of the number of instances that we're going to be launching. So we'll move downward to our operating system. We're sticking with the Amazon Linux as usual because of the pre-installed SSM that it has. Moving down to key pair, but proceeding without a key pair. Okay, and for this particular security group, for now, we're going to uncheck this. Okay, and we'll see why later on. Although we're going to be adding this later on, but right now we're going to be unchecking all these ones. Okay, don't stay with me. You're going to see why later. So we'll be moving downward. Okay, we'll go to advanced details. We're going to be creating a new IAM profile. So when you click on this, okay, so we are going to be creating a role here, Amazon Web Service. Okay, the service we're going to be using is the EC2. Go over to next. Okay, so if we come here and just type SSM, we'll see the number of policies that are under it, but the particular one we're looking for is Amazon SSM Manage Instant Core. So we're clicking this, which this is, but additionally, we're going to be attaching another one. Now, for this particular hands-on, just this policy is enough. But because this playlist is going to have a part 2 of where we're going to be talking about SSM document, we are going to be attaching the cloud front row here. All right, so CloudWatch, I'm sorry about that, CloudWatch. So when we click on CloudWatch, we're looking for CloudWatch agent server policy right here, making two rows that we're going to be attaching to this instances. So for the role name, I'm gonna give it anything, but let's say I want to give it SSM for my instance. Okay, the description you can just leave it there. Okay, this is the policy, and these are the two policies that we attach to this role, which is the CloudWatch agent server policy and the Amazon Manage Instant Core. So we'll just proceed to creating the role. And our role has been created. Now that our role has been created, we're going to go back to the instance here. You can choose to refresh this. Okay, come over here and we can see here that this is the one we created, right? SSM for my instance. So when we click on this, every other thing can be on default. I don't think we need any other thing again. So we'll come over here and we'll change the number of instances that we want to create to 3, because like I said, we're creating 3 instances. Okay, so we'll come here and launch instance. Okay, so we'll come over here to our instances, and our instances are running, but there are no names yet, and we're going to be fixing that soon. So we're going to make use of what we call tags, and to do that, we just click on one of the instance, come over here to tags. Okay, click on tags. All right, and manage tags. Then add new tag. All right, and in this tag, this is where we're going to be naming the instance. We're going to be naming all 3 instances and giving them a particular identification. Don't worry, as we proceed, you'd understand what I'm saying. So for let's start with the name of our instance. So for now, we're going to be starting with the name of our instance. And for me, we give this name here, name. For me, I want to give my first instance my dev instance. Okay, so come in and add new tag. I'm going to give it an environment of dev, or a dev environment, whichever way we're comfortable with. You don't understand what I'm doing as we go forward. So we'll come here and add another tag. I will give this tag 18. You can give it different kinds that you want, but this is what I want to do. You can give it different types you want, but this is what I want to do. Finance, and this is good to go. So we gave this a name of my dev instance, an environment, a dev environment, and finance team. come here and save that. As you can see that has reflected here. So we'll do the same for the remaining two instances. We'll come over here. I think this is highlighted. We'll come over to the second instance, tag, manage tags, add new tags. We can name this one my production, yeah, my prod instance. Okay, so we'll come here to add another tag of environment. Oh, that's bad spelling. Come over here. Since the name of our instance is production instance, it's just natural that the environment should be pod. So our team, we can still leave our team as finance, okay? Finance. Oh, this is in capital letter. Okay, so moving forward, we can save that. So I want to pay attention. I just hope you understand. In the first one, we gave it a dev environment, okay? The second one, we gave it a production environment because of its name. Now the third one was going to still be a dev environment. Come here to, because we're trying to achieve something. So manage tag, add tag. We're going to name this my order dev instance. Okay, like so. Add new tags here. Give it an environment of dev. Don't know how to spell environment. Environment. Okay. All right, so give this a dev environment. Via our team, we can give this operations, okay? Operations. Okay, like so. Okay, so now that our three instances has been named and tags has been attached to it, we're going to come over here and we're going to search for resource group. So if you're new here, you probably wouldn't have seen any of my videos on my Azure portal. But whenever I want to do anything in Azure, we're always creating resource groups. And this is the first time that I'm working with resource groups in AWS. You would say that in a way, Azure and AWS are kind of similar. Okay, because there's also Bastion in AWS and there's also Bastion in Azure. So these guys are similar in some ways, okay, but they might not be the same way that it's been created, but some of the things that are here are also in Azure. And we're going to proceed to creating a resource group. You know that one of the reasons why we create a resource group is for a collection of items of the same kind, and it helps when you want to do batch, maybe batch patching or anything you want to do in bulk. You can just pick the resource group and you're able to do that without having to do that manually. Okay, so we're going to ignore this one because this one was one I did yesterday when I was practicing my hands-on alongside the tutorial. But we're going to be creating another resource group. Okay, and when we create a resource group, we'll leave it as tag based. You know what? I'm just going to delete this. Okay, I don't think I can. At least I have to probably click on it and just, but never mind. Let's just create another resource group. So we'll leave the resource group as tags here because our EC2 we use tags on it, and our resource type is like we all know it, or you guessed right, EC2. Okay, so we're looking for EC2 instance right here. Okay, so for our EC2 instance, we have environment, we have name, we have team. All right, so we can start with the environment. So under the environment, we have dev, we have prod. Okay, so let's start with the dev. And if we preview the group resources, we can see that we actually, when we're creating the tags, we gave two of our instance the dev environment. Okay, so now that that has been done, we can give it a group name of, let's say, dev group resource. Let's just do resource group. Okay, this is optional, so you can give it a whatever description you want to, but I'm not going to be putting anything there. All right, and I'll proceed to creating the group. All right, so now that this has been created, move on to a resource group again, and we're going to be creating another resource group. So the same way we're able to do the first one, we're going to be doing this one. So we're going to be creating 3 resource groups. Okay, so the tag base here is EC2 instance, EC2 instance. For the tag, we can do environment again and give it a prod. So when we previewed this, we only gave one instance, the prod environment. Okay, so we come over here and we say prod group RG. All right, so description optional, proceed to creating. So that has been created. We're going to do the last one, which is team. You guessed that right. Okay, so same steps, tag based. Second one is EC2 instance. All right, so for team, so we have finance, we have operations. So let's just do finance. Okay, preview this and remember that we gave 2 instances to finance team. So we come here, we can just say finance group RG resource group. So I want to give it that name. Come over here to create group. Okay, so when we added tags to our instance, okay, we can see that the first tag we gave it, there were like 2 instances attached when creating the resource group. The second one, the tag makes it identifiable when you're creating it. I'm sure you understand. The tags, the importance of the tags makes it identifiable when you're creating your resource group, because when you're creating your tags, you're able to see that we gave 2 instances the dev group and 2 instances the finance team. Okay, and now that you know that if you click on this, you can see over 2 instances in it. You click on the other one, you can see like 1 instance in it. You can batch perform whatever thing you want to do with them in group. So you can click on it, perform whatever action you want to perform, and it reflects on all the instances that are connected there. So I hope that this hands-on short, but I hope that we actually learned something with it. I hope that we enjoyed this hands-on, and I'll see you next time. I'll be expecting you in my next console hands-on. And that's how tags and SSM resource groups can turn a messy cloud environment into something clean, secure, and easy to manage. No more hunting for mystery servers or panicking when auditors show up. If this breakdown helped you, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share it with anyone who's ever complained about cloud chaos. Trust me, they'll thank you later. See you next time in my next video.